Welcome to Be Frank, this show where we are real with current issues and we give you the right perspective concerning things. I am Apostle Francis Ajinasare, and this afternoon I have some special guests here with me. I have Bonayo. Welcome.
Thank you.
And we have the man in the blue, but today he's not in the blue. Smart Teaching Nixon.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you, Apostle.
Good to have you guys. So in the course of the discussion, we will have some others joining us, but the past 2 weeks have been fantastic. The comments have been wonderful. And so please, if you have comments, you have questions, you have something to say concerning the show, you can send it to the YouTube link, Precious TV Official. So send us your comments, leave us your comments. What do you think about the show? Are there any topics you'd like us to address in the course of time? Leave your comments there. Also, during the show, we would open the phone lines, and we would also make you send us messages via our WhatsApp line. And so we'll display the WhatsApp line also on the screen so that you can get interactive with us. All right. Now, Observing and Bonayo. Once again, you're welcome. I realize that there is this, can I call it a pandemic? It's like something that is very rampant in society today. A lot of artificiality, a lot of fakery, a lot of enhancement in the culture. And I think that it's something that people want to find out about. What is causing this menace? What are the effects of entertaining such a thing? And then how can we solve this menace? And so I have a video that would, I believe, summarize what we want to talk about. So if we have the first video ready, let's roll. So the first video is the wedding night. And so we are going to look at it. So So that was the first video. We saw this gentleman who on his wedding, on his honeymoon night, on the night of the wedding, he goes home with the bride, and then apparently it is not as as he was expecting. And I think that this is something that is very rampant. Lucy, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, we have a second video, and then we'll begin our discussion. The second video, I thought it was very, very scary and funny at the same time. So there's this old lady who, you know, she gets a total makeover. Let's see that video.
What is solid tape in the Taretal Eurade. Nasway makeup where we a man, Mamunshan you. I want wish your bar, why makeup, when you mobile send your Sierra Master Pen. I've been way near any makeup, motion near Baba. Wish Yana near Castle near winning that. I went there, I shall say, I would send out a Brenasha the airport. Hey, we are still. Make up, one was sending the new now one in a open jack, no policy. What
is wow, that's the old lady getting a total transformation, a total makeover. All right, so this is just the gist of what we're going to talk about today. So the culture of fakery, artificiality, and enhancement. Now, I have some statistics that I want to read.
Okay.
Now, this is from the U.S. We are told that the American Society of Plastic Surgeons reported that in 2020, there were nearly 354,000 breast augmentation procedures and over 3.8 million Botox procedures performed in the U.S. alone. 384,000, almost 500,000 procedures, plastic surgery procedures. Another one says, according to a study published in JAMA Facial Plastic Surgery, the use of facial fillers and Botox among younger adults 18 to 34 has been on the rise, with a 32% increase from 2014 to 2018. And this is the last one that is a shocker to me. It says the global market for beauty and personal care products is projected to reach over $716 billion by 2025, indicating the significant demand for products that cater to the desire for physical enhancement. So my question is, I think the ladies can go first. So, I mean, so much is being spent on beauty products, on enhancement, face fillers, Botox, buttocks enhancement, and all that. Why are women doing this?
we live in a world where brand and artificiality sells. For instance, I think I was narrating a story earlier. There was a day I went to see a minister. The first day I went without the makeup. He gave me something small. The next time I went with the light makeup, he added some money. The next time I went again with a huge makeup with my heels and everything, I had dollars.
Hey.
So if this continues, I would definitely go in for these ones. Are you getting it? And even when it comes to the men as well, even with the men, if I'm working right now, I don't have the big bottles and I don't have the filled breast and all those, and I have the fallen ones, the chalewete ones, definitely they won't approach you. And you don't even make money from it. We make money from it as well. You don't even make money from it, nothing. So in this world, branding artificiality sells. So I think it's okay.
So you think women do this, they change themselves just because of branding?
Yes.
I would like to add something to what she said. You did mention enhancement, and that's the word I love most. So I wouldn't want to say fakeness or artificiality. We are just enhancing what is already there. So making it look better. And I think we live in a society, in a way, for once, first, men are moved by sight. What they see, they get attracted to and probably want to get closer to. So that is one. And two, it is to enhance and look better. And so it has grown from leaps and bounds. You know, it was just like makeups, and now you are seeing all the layers and all the artistry and the artwork going on somebody's face. And then as time goes on, there are other things, you know, those that can afford the Botox you mentioned and all the, you know, breast and bumps enlargements would also go in. Those that cannot afford will use the fake ones to look that part. So it is just to look more presentable.
But what we saw on screen, it wasn't enhancement too. So the woman, the old lady.
It's an enhancement.
Oh, the old lady with her with the wrinkles.
With the old lady,
She's enhancing her looks.
Yes.
It's an enhancement.
You are sure this is enhancement? Observe it.
Makeup, yes.
It's purely an enhancement.
Okay.
And that is it. So that is another level of it, because in short, it means that we have moved everything that we used to do from the basics has increased and has grown.
But don't you think it's deception? So in the first video we saw, the man, I mean, his bride didn't have teeth. She didn't have. Hold on. She didn't have teeth. She didn't have hair.
Impression. Whatever happened to first impression? We always say first impression.
That was what happened to me.
So
seriously, he gave me peanuts when he saw me for the first
when
time.
you said your story, a friend of mine,
Yes.
his wife works in a corporate institution, and he told me that there is this businessman that the wife has been handling. You know, anytime he comes around, you know, he gives her something. And this time around, the wife was pregnant, heavily pregnant, so the makeup and other things wasn't there. The same seat, the gentleman went to her and asked, oh, there is this lady who usually sits here that I come to. Where is she? And the same lady said, oh, she didn't come to work today. So because she didn't look the part, thank you.
Yes.
But that's my point. That don't you think that's deception?
It isn't.
Observing.
Presenting yourself in a better way, I don't think it's deception. It's the way you look at it that you may think is deception. But
it will be very hard for me to believe that any of this has to only fall on enhancement. For instance, not everything that we have discussed falls under enhancement. I'll give you an example. If somebody goes to inject silicone in their buttocks, and this person has probably not been told what goes into maintaining what they have just done, the surgery that they've gone through. You know, a lot of people just fall for just the surgery, but they have no idea the kind of medication they have to be on for the rest of their lives for having that new Botox that they have gone to get a surgery for. They are not told that. And if we take a look at the very popular person that in the whole world who did a surgery for everyone to know. In fact, in times past, when people do surgeries on their bodies or any part of their bodies, it was like a secret. It was a big secret. No one was supposed to know about it. And the most popular ones are Dolly Parton and Michael Jackson.
Sure.
Michael Jackson had a nose job, and he didn't know that the nose job that he had done, it would require that every year he had to touch it again. And it would require that he had to take some kind of medication to maintain the nose in that particular order. However, what we fail to tell people is that not only that it is expensive, it actually poses a greater health risk to you yourself as an individual.
I'm sure they do know.
They know?
Yes.
They do know.
Yes.
Some of the diseases, some of the complications, some of the issues that the science world is battling today is as a result of what Lucy is saying is an enhancement. However, if that is an enhancement, enhancement is me wearing a white long sleeves, putting on a suit and putting on a tie and looking more business-like.
And maybe powdering your
and
face.
powdering my
So
face.
that is the
But it's the
powdering
same
of
thing.
the
The
face.
powdering
But-
of the face is the makeup as well.
No.
If you align your teeth, if you align your teeth, if your teeth is not arranged properly, and you align your teeth, that is enhancement.
Yes.
Okay.
I get the point I'm
Then,
trying to make is
if
that
somebody
all the
says-
other parts of the body that was worked on,
Yes.
they are there. A person has a Botox. He didn't just go fix a Botox. It is there. Make it to look better, enhancing it to look better, whichever shape or way. The thing is there,
Okay.
and enhancing it. So it's not like it is not there and you are put it in there. No matter how the size of the Botox is there,
It was, yes.
It booms, they have.
It was
and
there
they make
already.
it big. So they are enhancing it, making it
The-
bigger,
the-
better.
The argument we are having right now is about how the media has tried very hard to project what beauty looks like, to project what a good looking woman looks like. And we have all seen it, the adverse effect, right from magazines all the way to today, what my sister calls branding. Okay?
Yes, yes.
So we are going to settle on that for a minute. As a person, first of all, what is your identity? We have lived a number of years to believe that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But most people do not know that that was an advert. And it is not true. And so it shows you the power of the media. Way back in the 19th century, we all believed that this particular advert, there is an Apple company that wanted to sell apples. And they developed that particular slogan, that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And we all can attest to the fact you can find any scientific person and ask them. It doesn't keep the doctor away. But it was made for us to believe. And in media, that is called the magic bullet. When they put that thought in your head, you begin to believe that even all these cosmetic products that Apostle read, the statistics, for every billboard you see in town, hardly would you see a dark lady on there. That has pushed most women into trying to look fair. Because whatever good image, I'm coming to a point, whatever good image they see of who a woman should be is a fair woman. And so there is always the mindset that Bema dear, only the brain is canu akope obakoko.
In English,
Yes, in English,
Me, I wanted to even chip in
you
there.
struggle with a man, and later he goes in for a
It
fair
does
lady.
happen. They do.
So, the end of the day, my question would be, what is your identity as an individual? What is your self-worth? Where do you place value on as an individual? If I have to, at my age, the statistics is very staggering because I paid attention to the ages. He said 18 to 34.
Yes.
Between age 18 to 34, if my mindset is to get a bigger buttocks, if my mindset is to get a bigger breast, then there's a problem with
But
me.
I think there is no problem here because I'm not cutting you. Come in. The
No,
thing
you
is
talk,
that
talk.
I think we should be happy about social media and
but
print media.
Lucy, not to cut you.
See,
Not to
I
cut.
just want to say a point
No,
because
but I just want to clarify something
Okay.
before you continue.
Okay.
So I think maybe we should categorize the enhancement into different
Okay.
levels.
Okay.
So we have the makeup one, which is not a permanent job.
You wipe
okay,
off.
You can wipe off. Then we have the other ones, the other like the breast implants, buttocks, and
Yes.
and all that. Now, the first question I wanted us to address was, why would women, like we saw in with the old woman, who had like a thick layer of makeup
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that she would look good? I read a story. In fact, there's an article on Ghana Web that said just this June, I think if we have it, you can just show it on the screen, where a guy got married, and on the honeymoon night, when he found out that his wife was not who he thought she was, he actually filed for divorce.
Like who? How?
She didn't look, he thought he'd married a beautiful lady, only to find out that it was not the case. So in a case like that, that's why I'm saying, if a woman is applying heavy makeup, perhaps there is deception involved. It is not just a case of enhancement. Because if, look at the story, it says, this is,
with the
so,
issue,
this is June.
with the issue of husband and wife
Okay.
or boyfriend. Probably I know you before you got married to me, right?
But
I visited you several times.
Uh-huh.
Let me say, for instance, this time around we sleep at your ends as well. So are you saying he never saw this? He never saw the face?
Okay, we are talking about people who don't sleep at your end.
Uh-huh.
We are talking about people who don't get the chance to see your nakedness. And here we are in the market today. If you step out, you get hip part, you get buttocks part, you get all these parts that make your butts look bigger than they are
Supposed to be.
actually. So we are dealing with people who are showing us what it must.
What they
and
think
what
we
it
should
seems.
see.
Yes, exactly. The argument we are having here is not about the makeup that you have a touch on your wedding day. That is not what we are discussing. We are discussing what you're making me see, but later I realized that it is not half.
It is far from the
Far
truth.
from what I believed it to be. If I am sitting here, it is difficult for a man to let a lady believe otherwise. As a man, if you are ugly, you are ugly. You can't do anything about it.
Sure.
For a woman, there are a lot of things she can do presently, considering all the enhancement and the enlargement and the powdering and there are a lot of things you can do today that would make you look way different. I can't wear fake muzzles.
Oh,
This
it's
is my-
happening. People are wearing fake muzzles.
Yes, I saw that. I think last 2 weeks.
on the ratio of the number of women that go through. Okay, there is.
That's
The issue
it's
is
very
even
recent.
Even
Admit.
with the
Also
plastic
having
Admit.
surgeries. to
even
get
with the
all
plastic
the-
surgery,
Yes.
the men also do that as well.
They do that.
Yes.
But the focus today is about how to get a bigger buttocks.
You know,
how to
that
get
is
a
what I
bigger
wanted
breast.
to comment
Yes.
to.
uh-huh.
You see, the
Because
issue
you
is-
mentioned earlier that we are allowing social media to define who a beautiful woman is. I think
Advertisement.
through advertisement.
Yes.
I think we have transitioned from one place to the other because times gone by, the standard of beauty was a thing person. We have evolved. Now, if a woman is voluptuous, she's beautiful.
Would you get a breast implant?
If you will serve a purpose for me,
What purpose?
that I have so tiny boobs, I want to have big boobs, and the purpose is to maybe look more presentable in a dress.
You don't think you're presentable as you sit here?
I am, but there are certain dresses that wouldn't look good on me.
So your basis is when you're stepping out, the dress that you pick would demand your body look a certain way or certain
If
dresses.
I want to dress in that particular way consistently for a long time.
That is the problem we are facing today. Because, like Lucy is saying, and I'm glad she's saying that, because today I might just be on her, finding her next to me. This is the struggle that we have. Today we have seen videos circulating online where ladies are finding it difficult to even get down from their own wedding cars. Why? Because they are wearing corset dresses that they are refusing to brief on their own.
Corset dresses have been in fashion
because
for ages.
sometimes you must know who you are and know what to sow for yourself.
You are not supposed
That is
to
my
brief when
personal
you put
belief.
on corset.
Because if you are not supposed to brief,
Like comfortably.
you are not supposed to brief comfortably.
Yes.
Why would you put yourself through that stress?
That is-
grooming takes a whole lot of things. It brings a whole lot of change.
Precisely so. So if I'm going to put on a dress and I cannot appreciate who I am, to wear something that would make me comfortable, feel free, and move freely, and breathe freely, I'm going to be in a dress that I'm standing and
It
my
doesn't
chest.
kill us. We are
It doesn't
good.
kill you, but it doesn't
We
make
are
you
good.
comfortable.
We are good.
We are good to go. That's women for you.
Yeah. Oh, that's
even,
women
even,
for you.
Even with my heels, I'm not too comfortable, but I'm okay.
That's why I keep
need to
slippers
look-
in your
yes.
bag.
Yes, I have one in my bag as
You
well.
have slippers
yes,
in your
I have
bag.
one. I have one. we don't always dress to look so comfortable, to feel so comfortable. We want to just look good.
They dress to
See,
die. They don't dress to kill. They dress to die.
Let me tell you one thing.
Okay.
I said something earlier. Branding sells, and we live in a world where if you don't brand yourself, you can never make it to the top.
Okay.
Let me pick it from the point of the movie industry.
Okay.
I remember when they started using the fair people. I'm an actress, so I remember when they started using the fair people. We the dark ones didn't get roles. So due to that, a friend of mine changed the complexion completely till today. So we had a lot of headaches, a lot of issues dealing with that, because it kills even your spirit. Because if I know how to do the work, and my director is not using me, my producers are not using me just because I don't have that complexion. If I want to get to the top, I will definitely do that as well. I'm recently with Salma Moment's issues. I'm just going to use that for recently with her issues. I remember when we were going for auditions and everything, I saw her tummy like mine today. Those days she was not really getting roles. Immediately she worked on the body, the tummy. She did the BBL, and then she started getting roles. She started traveling around. She started making money. Are you getting it? So we live in a world, if you want to really make money, then you have to enhance the body. You have to brand. Even with this drink, it is branding. You can easily go to the market and get a mango and then just blend it and put it inside your fridge and start using it. But even this, you bought this because of the branding. So you see, I don't want to be left behind. So I definitely have to brand myself.
The misconception of branding is we are led to believe that it only favors the negative. All the things that you have enlisted favors the negative. Gabrielle Union, it's not fair. She keeps getting movie roles. Viola Davis, let me make a point. It's dark. She still gets movie roles.
You think they had it easy?
No, I'm making a point.
They also made that point.
So why would you want to take the easy road?
Do you know that
it is not the easy road?
It is hard for
It is not the easy road.
They may have
It is not the easy road.
We are all aware.
Even with that one, it is not the easy road.
Lucy, I really want to call you by your name. So
Bonayo.
We all know that for times past, we have had actors upon actors in the black community complain so much so that they do not receive Oscars. They've not gone to the academies to get Oscars because they were giving it to the white actors. However, nothing good comes easy. If every young person, if every female at home, we are telling them that in order for you to get a role in the movie industry, you need to bleach. We are being bad parents.
That is what we went through.
No. If that is what we are going to tell every single person,
that is what we went through.
Say it's not bleaching.
I know.
But she's getting a role.
You won't understand.
No. What do you mean by I won't understand? Hey, at the end of the day, is she dark? Is she getting a role?
But is she getting as many roles as those who are fair?
That's what I'm saying. He won't even understand.
Is she the only black person in the movie industry getting roles?
Maybe the role she gets is meant for a black person.
At the end of the day,
black ladies in the industry, what they face before they get that single role, you see them on screen.
The biggest budget.
This time around,
how much do they pay actors
This
in
time
Ghana?
around, is a bit okay. It's a bit balancing. But first, you wouldn't even get the role.
The biggest budget.
So let me see, for instance, I don't have a flat stomach, I don't have a big butt, and because of this, I've had a lot of issues getting landing bigger roles. Not because I cannot do my job. Kwesi Bosiako, Castle Africa, may your soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
You know him, right? Yeah. Yes. He was one person who said, Bonayo said your body needs to be I will push you. Even though my other directors, BNA, Benjamin Nilate, Ayiku also did so, and then Razak also did so. There are a few ones, and Abu Edi, there are a few ones who really believe, who keep pushing, but immediately they present you for roles, sometimes they just have to drop you, not because you are not good, but because of the body they want. You don't have it. You
think honestly. Are you saying that when we take you away from your present job, like in acting, everyone else in different fields of endeavor do not have challenges?
I know they all have.
You know that there are people who are very skillful in their line of work, and they are passed on to pick a lady.
They don't want to do anything about it.
No. I'm coming to make a point to you. If I am a very good person when it comes to record keeping, if it comes to itinerary planning, scheduling, and everything, and I'm passed on no matter how good I am as an individual, and I'm passed on and a lady is picked for a PA position. What does that mean? Does that mean that in the PA business, I must endeavor to become a lady before I am given that opportunity to serve with my skill? It is a big no. And that is what I want us to drum home to the young people. Because there are young people listening to us today who are sitting down and they are very good at what they do. Today, if you see any advertisement on looking for a PA, the first thing is it must be a lady.
Yes.
So you see,
What happens? I'm making a point. I'm going to use the logic that you are throwing at me. If I am also in the PA industry, does that mean I must transition?
No, you don't have to transition. It
That-
simply means that you must have something more than what the lady is
What?
bringing on
Because
the table.
she's a very good actress.
No, I just want to also bring your analogy home
Okay.
because there are certain professions that from time immemorial has been, we have
Gender specific.
Yes, gender specific. So those have been it. And I know for a fact that women or ladies are capable of multitasking and doing several things, whereas men are not. If there are a few people that are able to do that, they are just a handful. But the thing is that if you are a man and you want to work in a role that is critically out there that everybody thinks is for a lady, there must be something extra. You don't need to have boobs or
But isn't
get
that
it.
isn't
No.
that isn't that
No.
Smart's
There-
point?
no, but there should be something extra.
because he's
What?
given because you see Smart
if you are
has
multitasking like a lady, you should multitask more than a lady.
but
can
you see Smart has mentioned a number of examples, the Viola Davis, etc.
The Gabriel Unions,
Gabriel
and-
Lupita,
Right.
Lupita,
Do
you know
Lupita,
what?
Lupita
Oh,
Nyong'o. But
we
hold
were
on.
complaining about Lupita's dress quite recently.
No. But hold on, Lupita Nyong'o, she's very black.
Very
Yeah.
black.
But I think what Smart is saying is, if complexion will be a barrier for you, it means that you need to go the extra mile in some industries. Okay, and so
To bleach.
not to bleach,
Oh.
but
In terms
her
of- in
acting,
terms of
it looks like
character.
it-
Do more.
to do more.
Yes.
So, in the example you gave with the PA,
Yes.
if they are looking for a woman, and you are not a woman, I'm sure there are certain traits in a woman that people are looking for. Women
Yes,
can
yes.
be tender, they can multitask, like you mentioned. So, a guy, an ordinary guy who wants to fit into this role may not be able to. So, he would have to go the extra mile. In the same way, I think, Smart,
Yes.
if I'm getting you correctly, what if people were not going to accept you simply because of your body shape or whatever? Perhaps
You should go the
you could have gone the extra mile.
I did. I am
But
not
you don't-
trying to blow my own
When
trumpet.
I'm
or
not
anything.
even trying to get cut. What makes you think the other people that are doing the body enhancement and all the other people making the change, that is not their extra mile?
Today.
Oh, you think it's so
today,
easy to do
I'm
that?
making a point. Today in the media industry,
Uh-huh.
we have seen people getting roles. I'm coming to back here and I want to tell another story from that point. We are seeing people getting jobs, getting contracts as TV presenters who we can tell are not doing the job. How it's supposed to be. Practicing professionalism. Doing the ethics and adhering to every single code of conduct as proposed to us who have actually gone to the school to learn the thing.
Who is actually
Now-
practicing proper journalism
Now-
lately?
Yes, that's what I'm coming to, because we are not giving the job to the right people. However, people also have taken it upon themselves, because there are a plethora of channels today. People have decided to open up their own channel and own their own program. And when they become very successful at what they do, the big companies now do what? Come and poach them. That is the point we are making today. If we are telling people that the only way out in the movie industry is that enhance,
It is a lot of
enlarge,
work.
implant.
I
No,
don't get
Lucy,
why
I
you
want
think
you.
it's easy. It is also the extra mile that a person in the
That is
journalism
your
was-
extra mile?
It is the person's extra mile.
The extra mile has to do with a skill,
She has
a
a
better
skill.
skill.
She has a better skill.
You know,
But
if
if
we
see,
place
that's the
you-
thing.
if we
that
place
is
you
why
down
I said earlier,
for
there
a
are certain
job.
things you won't understand.
for a job,
That could be the person that you know the amount of money. it
Do
Even
you-
costs.
I'm
even
a-
with the extra
Bonayo.
mile, even with the extra mile, Lucy
Bonayo.
can even go with having sex with a director before you get the role. So is that one also good before you?
I would not on any day advise somebody to sleep with a director
so
to
that
get
one,
a role.
so that one too is extra mile.
And it is a person's extra
Yes,
mile. You see,
but is
we
it
are
right?
sitting here
It
and
is
thinking
not.
Is it
I am not
but you don't
endorsing
know
it.
the kind of emotional thing this person would
Nobody
go through
said
and what
it
It
is
is
the
not
person
right,
live with.
and I am
So
not
that is the
endorsing
person's
it.
also extra
But-
mile.
Nobody said it is easy.
But you see, Lucy, what you're saying basically boils down to the end justifies the means.
Yes.
Sometimes, for how long are you going to wait? Let me say.
For how long
Let
will
me
you
say I
sleep
have
with
spent.
a director?
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
for
not,
those, no, I'm not talking about
I'm
you.
not even endorsing
I'm
that.
saying that those who go the extra mile by sleeping with a
But
director.
that is
I'm
not
not
the
even
extra
endorsing-
mile.
Yes.
No, it is part of the extra mile.
No, no.
You see, it
Hey.
may not be your extra mile, it could be their extra mile.
You don't know
It-
what
it-
we
it-
go through in the auditions rooms.
It's almost like saying that the armed robber is justified because he's in
His
need.
mother is sick.
His mother is sick, or somebody is
armed robber is
somebody has an
justified because his
emergency,
mother
and
is
so
sick.
he goes the extra mile to go and
I
rob
read
somebody.
that
No,
point
Actually
because
tempted to agree
that's
to that
that.
point.
no. But you see,
like I said, I
so,
am
so
tempted.
That
I
point
think
as
we should.
well
I think we should
is
be.
an extra mile
I
as
think
well.
we should be careful not to blur the lines between what is ethical and what is neutral. There are certain grounds that are purely ethical.
Yeah.
So an armed robber going to rob somebody and kill somebody because he has a dying mother in the hospital, that is unethical. Now there are certain lines that are.
Well, is it ethical
Quite-
to you, but to his profession and job, it isn't.
Oh no, come on! There is objective
That is job.
morality.
The last time we agreed that every job must be decent. How decent is somebody
And
going to?
legal.
And legal and decent.
But I mean, we can't even have any sensible discussion if we don't establish from the fact that there is objective morality. So universally, there are certain basic things that we know are right and are wrong. I mean, taking a life is clearly wrong universally, and so on. You know, so that one aside, we are saying that some things are unethical and some things, the lines are quite blurred. So like with this makeup enhancement thing that we're talking about, but sleeping with your director, sleeping with your boss for a favor,
let me just
please let me land. Sleeping with your boss for a favor, that is clearly unethical.
yes.
That is clearly unethical.
Would you go that extra mile? Would any actress at all go that extra mile and be proud that somebody is discussing it on radio? That, oh, the role you got, didn't you sleep with the director? It is not a good thing.
I am only
It is-
making that
That one,
point
there's some
because
people
of the
don't care.
extra mile you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Because if I am doing that, that is my extra mile as well. Because the acting, let me say for instance, my acting skills, let me say 50%, your own is 50%, her own is 50%, and we are fighting for the same role.
Uh-huh.
Are you getting it? I have to do extra. You have to do extra. I have to do. Let me say, okay, all of us 100%, 100%. I have to do extra. You have to do extra. And I decided, okay, fine. If I have to do extra, then I have to sleep with the director to do extra, so I can get the role. I can land the role, and it is extra. Yes, it is extra mile. Yes, no, I am not
Okay.
endorsing,
It's
and
good,
I'm not
it's
saying
good,
it
it's
is.
good you have raised this. If as a journalist, okay, if as a journalist or a PR consultant, I sleep with a business development manager of a company to get a contract, is it me going the extra mile?
That is your extra mile if you go to
That is-
length to do.
Now, is it right?
It is not right. That's why I'm saying that we are not endorsing it. We are not endorsing that.
Why-
So why do you keep calling it extra mile?
Extra mile. Why is extra mile not
So
developing?
you should have said with your extra mile, you
Yes.
should have at least categorize it for us so that we know that your extra mile, okay, let's do the good side of it and leave the bad side of it. But
In,
you didn't.
in yesteryears, when we talk about extra mile, when teachers write there is more room for improvement on your report card, it is not about you going to do something very
Illegal.
unethical. It was for you to build up your game,
Exert yourself.
put more effort into becoming better.
See,
My
I
worry
had
is the
Lucy,
fact that-
I had one encounter with I went for audition, I think 10 years ago, 8 years ago. We went for the audition, we passed for the audition, my friend and I. And then after everything, they were chasing, it was not even about, it was about the slim things. They want the slim tall girls. They didn't know anything. But after we passed the audition and everything, they were running after those people outside. Hey, girls, wait. Meanwhile, they were not even ready to do audition. As soon as they saw the people there, they decided to do what? To go back, and they were running after them. I waited for hours, went for the audition, passed the audition, but they never used to. So if you are frustrated like 101 times,
So
you
would you
definitely
would you
think
go
of
would you
doing
go for a surgery that will make you tall and slim?
oh Oh, it is
Because
not
of-
there.
Once she
It is
slims,
not
once
there.
she slims, she can look a bit taller.
Yes, it is not there because
We
I don't
can't-
think we have.
I don't
we have-
know
we have-
why I don't want to believe that when somebody needs to go an extra mile in their business, if we are saying this is justification for those in the movie industry, what would we say for the banking sector? What would we say for
You
the
see,
investment?
you see, there's a cut across. It's not just about the movie industry. I am speaking for my field. Are you
Okay.
getting it? It cuts across. It's everywhere.
But you
So
see,
even I made an example
you mentioned
earlier.
branding,
I also want
but they have not. This one, they didn't implant any breast. In this one.
No,
but the
there's,
bottle,
and
the look,
then there's what do we call
bottle,
it?
the look, and the package.
Right, Lucy,
preservatives
Lucy.
are in here. There are a lot of things that goes
Lucy,
in here you don't even know.
Lucy, let's be honest on this
I'll
issue.
be honest.
If somebody gets a light makeup for a TV presentation show, it's okay. If somebody gets a makeup for their wedding, for their photo shoot, I understand. For someone to wear fake hips for 6 years
with the purpose.
with the purpose of deceiving you to believe that she has hips, that is the intent.
See, the thing is this.
Okay.
The thing is this. I don't see, naturally, women do not do those things to deceive. That's the thing. They do it to look presentable and nicer. But it is how you, the one that sees it and perceives it to be. Because if you see it and you like it, and maybe you like this person, there is a rapport. She has been doing it, God knows, for a number of years.
In that case, then the lady should be upfront with the guy and say, you know what,
I don't have
Massa,
hips.
this one, it is
Well,
not. This one is not. So that is the problem.
And now,
So
I didn't write them out.
I want to do away with the demo thing.
I mean-
I mean, there are ways you can always find out about this. You can accidentally touch things.
that is very criminal. That is very, very criminal. Because
So now, from what you are saying, now our first date will be at the swimming pool.
So
Because
if,
that
what
is
if
the
I
only
cannot put
place.
on a swimsuit?
No, I will take it off.
Take what?
I won't pay the entrance fee for you to come in.
What if I can put on a swimsuit?
No, because now we are getting to know that it is no more a deception. You
Who
are,
even does a first
you are
date
not
at the
comfortable
swimming pool?
saying it. So now, first date, we go to the swimming pool. Come and lay on the
Who
bench.
even goes on the first date and go like, my boobs are fake, my hips are fake?
No.
Who does that?
then be yourself.
So why
If you
can't
want
she
if
just
you
be
want the
yourself?
guy to like you for who you
The
are,
idea is not to make somebody like, it's to look good. So if I dress and I feel good and I look good in what I have put on, that is enough. If you see that and you're attracted to that, that is also your
Lucy
issue.
said something
But
earlier.
then
Said
again-
men are moved by what
Sight.
they see. So most of the time we do that to just.
But in
make
this
some-
case, we are not only dealing with men.
I
The
know.
statistics read has to do with most women today are going in for these surgeries. You mentioned the
It
BBLs.
boosts your confidence. It makes you more. Do you have any idea
They-
how confident they become when you look that way?
When-
It's only a few of the women that can just wake up and step out there and look like they have just woken up from bed. They just took their bath. They don't even powder
Powder
do
their
anything, and
face,
they
yes.
just walk out there.
Let's work on this
And
together.
that really has those people. They have real confidence because they know they look good, irrespective.
doesn't that point to a
It is-
deeper issue,
Yes.
which is low self-confidence or low self-esteem?
So that is what they have to do to get a confidence. Why not?
because while we are talking about this, there are people who, I believe that most men, most of us, we are average looking.
Charlie,
But
average.
we deal with it. There are women who are
Men
who
are
are average. There are women who are average looking, but they still have self-confidence and they go for what they are looking for. You get it?
But sometimes they miss out. They don't get exactly what they want because they are not doing what the other
They
girls
won't
are doing.
understand the emotional
They
torture
don't-
we go through.
sometimes
You
they
won't
miss
understand.
some of the things that they genuinely.
You will not understand.
That is why we say that a lot of men have also going in for these kind of, because a man presented with an ordinary looking woman and a woman well figured and looking nice would always choose the well figured and looking nice.
But he's
part.
picking her to be with her for a long time,
Yeah,
not
decision.
to be with her until the honeymoon.
No,
Because
and so-
if he thinks that this is the person I'm going for, and then on the honeymoon night he realizes that in fact I thought I was preparing my mind. I've kept
No, what
myself.
it's-
I've kept myself as a guy. I've been chased all my life, and I'm getting ready. Once I get married, I'm going to handle some things. And then he gets there only to realize that the lady is flat-chested, the lady doesn't have teeth.
So
That is
just
deception.
as we know that first impression comes, we should also constantly remember that appearance can be deceptive. We should never lose focus of that. Appearance can be and in these are times it can be, so you should be more vigilant.
So in other words, you are saying that
So
men. You are saying that men need to have X-ray vision.
Maybe because we are dressing to look presentable. It's not just to attract you, but
The
the
issue-
inner thing is to look more presentable, be more confident out there, and that's all.
The issue is you can't just
Whatever the length it takes
meet
for
with
us
a
to have
woman
that.
and say I want to marry you. You definitely have to go deep with
I
her
don't
before
know
you marry.
anyone, no.
You can't just meet a lady on the street and says I want to make you my wife.
But she, like Lucy mentioned, men are moved by the eyes. Women are not necessarily moved by the eyes. Yeah, men are moved by
So
the
that
eyes.
is why
So-
we are okay with your looks and everything.
So if men are moved by the eyes,
So we are acting according to the way you are playing
and
the
you
drum.
know this, you know that men are moved by the eyes, and you present us what you think we like, and then we later find out that this is actually not the case.
What stops me from walking out?
Yes.
Well, you have your own opinion. You have your own need to work out.
What,
so that
what
one
stops
is not
me?
a problem.
Mine.
But
If
what
you
also
want-
stops you from finding out to ascertain whether what you
Yes.
saw was the truth or not?
How can you find out?
Okay.
You just said you could
How
go to
would-
the swimming pool. You gave one clear example.
But are you not the one who said you are not going to the swimming
But
pool
I
on the
would
first day?
still have to put on something. I said, what if I cannot put on a swimsuit? Okay? And it is not just a swimming pool. There are so, jeez, holy Christ. There are so
I remember I went to
ways
visit.
you could have discovered. Because you
I-
didn't just meet the person and marry the person. Even if it's a
Lucy,
month.
Lucy,
To
let me-
ascertain certain things that are really important to you. Like, you know, the body is, this is what makes me think. This is what works for me.
Regardless,
I-
the argument
let me-
here, the
I-
argument
Please let
here. Let me come in. The argument here
If-
is not really about whether men are willing to go deep, because you know today there is this big thing that we are at the talking stage or something like that. Someone would not have the patience to go deep with you to find out all these things. Something may put him off. Something other than what he saw earlier can put him off. How deep can I go to see that your hip pad is fake?
Okay, let me come in here.
How deep
let me
can
let
I
me
go?
just tell you this story too.
What's
So
it?
so you can laugh.
Come and wake me up from bed. I don't think any woman goes to bed with a hip like Jesus. Nobody goes
Visit
to bed
visit
with
me
a hip like-
unannounced.
I should
Visit me
you
unannounced. I remember I went to one of my big men's office. Immediately I got there, after talking and everything, when I was leaving, he just touched.
Okay,
Oh.
so they're real
And
now.
a hip father watching me. Are you getting it? A hip father watching me. So in order for you to find out all these things, you can playfully just touch.
But-
No, you can't touch the breast. Well, you can just touch it.
accidentally
You
brush
guys,
your hand.
yes, yes.
But we all know that, like the good book, like the Bible says, you can't put hot coals in your bosom and not get burnt. And that is why,
Accidentally
at
in
least
public,
for us as
alone.
whether in public or alone. So
So
for
I'm tripping. And
for-
I
No, he
tell you,
didn't.
So-
he just touched me when I was leaving.
So-
You know.
accidentally.
I think there's a lot of wisdom in the Christian teaching that, I mean, we shouldn't put hot coals in our bosom.
course.
So if you are dating somebody and you are touching the hips and that can,
Accidentally,
come on,
that's
that
the
can
key word.
You
spark
definitely
things.
have to
Sides of
find
that.
out. See, you can't just meet with a lady on the street and say, I want to marry you. Marriage and young bro.
I
So
believe
you can't
even
just
when they
meet
go
with
for
yes.
counseling, there are
Yes.
ways that counselors
You
know,
can
teach
easily
them how
find
to
out.
ascertain certain things. And that is
You
why
can
all
easily,
those things
but
are
do you know, I
necessary.
actually have a friend there. For her, the husband buys the hip pad for her.
See,
Yes.
the man likes it.
When they step out, she's not worried. Hey, one shower there, no.
See,
Yes.
support all the
so-
way.
so
I
clearly-
went,
clearly
I went
this
to my
man-
seamstress as well, and then there was a guy and his girlfriend came there, and then Busan said, nah, one for the thing, one for the number. Are you getting it? So even some of the men want it.
So at least
Are you getting it?
those men are aware.
Yes.
They know that this is the state of
They
my
may
woman.
have even chance on
So
it.
that
They
should
are
tell
only
you-
women,
so-
they are
so
just-
that should tell you men are always
So,
moved by what
so
they see.
this is the state of the woman I want to
No,
marry.
but maybe they chance it on their honeymoon and
But
they
you see,
adjusted well.
so let me just say one final thing. I mean, I think that for this gentleman that you mentioned, he's aware and he's willing to spend
And support.
and support his woman for that. But for a man who doesn't know that, once we get married, I'm going to have to spend every month so that you can keep your 3 layers of something on you.
He makeup It's not even expensive.
Kakrebi.
AI. It's not even expensive.
It's not. I don't know, but it's not about the price of the hip pad. How much is the hip pad?
Exactly.
But for me to come to terms with the fact that your confidence is now in a hip pad, or your confidence is now in a breast implant, or your confidence is in a surgery that would work on your buttocks, that is where I have a problem. Because there may come a time where you will not have enough money to maintain that lifestyle. And we have all seen videos online
What if you have money?
about those are very, very small.
So that
the
is
number
why
of
it is
people
for the
today-
it is very expensive and they know, and it's for those people.
And people have died just going to get that butt enhancement.
It is not only with the
But
butt
the thing is
enhancement,
that-
even
No,
with
I'm just saying.
childbirth, even with childbirth, you
Exactly.
can die. I believe in
death-
life.
That
In
is
life.
I'm coming. So there is self-inflicted pain, which is not natural. Childbirth is natural. If a woman loses her life in childbirth, we would feel the pain for her and think that, oh, now so she went to labor and she didn't come back with a child. But when you intentionally pick a flight and travel to another country that me kwakoye me baby, and you die there, pardon my language, that's a foolish death.
I know, but it doesn't change anything.
No, but that is a foolish death. That's like self-inflicted. Gabi.
Let me
Bonayo.
let me
So
come in.
when
Bonayo,
someone goes to braid a
if
head
we
and
want
gets
to-
consistent headache and the person just falls and dies, is that a self-inflicted death? too?
What?
The person just goes to braid a head and all of a sudden headache and then just falls
But
and dies.
breathing hair is not to inflict pain on yourself.
Yeah, but it has
Some
happened.
of some of the stories we hear
you're
about
talk-
some of the stories we hear, Apostle, we hear stories that some of the ladies after the surgery they can't get up for a week.
And that is the
That is
procedure.
the
They
procedure.
know.
Okay, I'm coming.
Even with the CS.
Why would you the cesarean session?
Yes. For
You
childbirth.
can't get up for a
Yes,
week.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So I didn't know that. So
No, not
But-
everybody though.
So someone goes to enhance their buttocks, and on the bed they are supposed to just lie there
They know.
and whatever. I
But-
mean,
but
why
they
would
walk,
you
they
intentionally? They walk,
Yes, they walk. After the surgery, they will allow you to walk for.
but
for
you
some
can't
time.
sit.
You will have to sleep. I think
Face
flat.
down?
Yes, face down. Yes.
They know. They've been taken
And-
through it. It's not anything new to them.
But you see,
losing my
what
breath.
are you saying? What are you saying to young people of today? Because it sounds like you're saying, even if you're good, you have a good character, you have inner beauty and all that, you need to, in order to look a certain way, you need to go and find some way, somehow, get some money
That is-
somehow to go and get an operation or to.
Society has
That is
made
the
it-
picture
made it
of the
norm.
world, yes.
Society now has made it.
Yes.
But
On the first-
that's an almost impossible standard.
Is it?
Yes.
People are achieving it.
Because
so how is it
how
impossible?
many young people today can do that?
Yes.
They are doing it actually.
I mean, there are young
So,
actresses
see,
today, and we are saying
people
that.
have come up with creams they can use to do that. I'm sure it's working for them because people actually talk.
You
about
know the
it.
side effects. Some of them are coming
They are
online
us-
to talk
they are-
about.
They are using it.
In
They are
life-
using
in
it, but the
life-
side effects
life
are
The
there.
So-
thing is that when you decide to do these things, I think we see our problem is that as youth of today, we only think of the short term. We don't project into the long term effect. If this is bringing me the gratification, this is making me look good, this is getting me the right kind of ambassadorial work, the kind of marketing, the businesses that I want, the right kind of connection, why the hell not? Because then the whole thing is that when this sickness and diseases come, when I have the right kind of connections, I have the right kind of people, brands and work I'll be able to get the money and treat whatever after effects will happen.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah. These are the thought processes, and then we go in to do that.
The issue is in everything you do on this earth has a side effect. It is not just about this. Even when you eat too
Praying
much,
has a side effect.
even if you, it's the stress,
brings
yes, of
the
course.
result.
If you pray too much, the stress,
The
yes,
stress
of course.
That's a point.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I believe strong. I believe that in life you have to take risk. Who survive? What survive?
But is the risk worth it?
It is. If you bring the results, that's the thing. Because it is the result. People always do these things with something inside, something in view to achieve something.
Because like I think Observing was mentioning, sometimes people don't look at the long-term effects. And you mentioned,
That
I
is
like
what
the example you
system,
mentioned with Michael Jackson.
said
for instance.
earlier.
Michael Jackson, I mean, he was black and he looked good.
Yes.
He looked good as a black guy.
But maybe the next step he needed to take by the people who were around him and sponsoring, he needed to look like a white guy. And that is, you see, that's the thing.
No, so this was a reflection of an inner problem. So it is not that he needed to look like a white guy. It's that, I mean, the guy was talented. He was good and everything. However, he had his own internal issues. So
it may not even be him.
Self-esteem issues.
It may not be even him. It may be the next step and being accepted into the next step.
Is
that
the
he wants
problem,
to take.
Lucy. If you find yourself in an office and everybody comes to tell you here, if you don't steal, if you don't engage in corrupt practices, you can't move to the next level. Here, for you to become a senior manager, you must cheat someone. You must do this. If society is telling you that this business you are in, you must mix your oil with this particular thing in order to sell more. If somebody is telling you that you need to hit the bottom of your container to sell more maize. If somebody is telling you that you need to bleach in order to get movie roles, what are we telling people?
That has been the norm.
That-
And that
No,
has been
but
telling
that's
that is
not
the
years
sad
and
part.
years over.
And
We can't accept a society where the standard is everything.
So
See,
if
it
you
is-
can't accept, we put measures in place in order to curtail it so that it doesn't
let's go
go
to
further.
let's
So that is
let's go
just
to the
it.
Bible. When yes, I will take you there. When David was going to face Goliath.
actually, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm going to. It's a story, so I want to take it as an allegory. Okay, so you just derive your lesson from it. So David was going to face Goliath. Then he was given a helmet. He was given a tunic. He was given a belt. He was given a sword. And he said that if you need to go into battle, this is how you must dress. The young man said that. This is not how he wants to go into the battle. There is a certain standard in society. And if you're not somebody who is going to put your foot down and say, I will not be part of the statistics, you would end up being part of the lot. Because at the end of the day, he went in with his own strategy after years of experience, knowing how to throw a sling, and he won the battle. Now we are talking about the same people, good skill. Goliath was a good soldier, very experienced in his field. The same way David was very experienced in his field in the forest. Okay? But he came with his strategy. If he had met Goliath with the helmet and the tunic and the sword, maybe he would have been killed. So what we are trying to say is that sometimes the strategy of people shouldn't be your strategy. If everybody is saying that you need to bleach, you need to sleep with the director, you need to do this, the next level demands that you need to do a breast implant, you can authoritatively tell them that I will not go this way.
People go through
and I
all
will-
those stands, get to the level, and now they start to refuse the things that made me because they have attained the level that they think they can refuse such offers in order to redress the things they have done previously. So it will still have to be you toning what society have said because you are starting off, and everybody knows it's not easy. Okay, when you try to chart a different path,
Yes.
it will take fire and brimstone to make through it.
Why have we become a society of shortcut? In the early days, we used to cherish hard work.
It's hard
We
work.
used to appreciate the fact that somebody had gone an extra mile. You know, last week I was saying on the episode that because people want to escape consistency, people don't want the consistency bit. It is difficult, I admit, the emotional turmoil. I am a script writer. I know how many producers have passed on my script.
Society
Until-
has made life easy
until-
over time. So that is what we are used to.
No, until I said no. I would wait, save enough money to produce every single material I write myself. And I'm here. How long did it take? 10 years.
Imagine.
But I did it. So are we saying that? Are we going to always pick the shortcut? That, okay, somebody passed on and they are like, oh, Charlie, this director, he likes males, so sleep with him. So then I would go and sleep with him and now I become a homosexual. That is not fair. That is not what we should be teaching our young people.
Even with
That the moment you are faced with some kind of challenge, you experience a barrier in your field of endeavor, the best way out is what society is telling you. So if I'm in the office and everybody say, opa, we are report now we are does that mean I should go to the port and go and pick up a microwave, go and pick up a blender, go and pick up someone's car. That is not fair. That is not the society we want to raise. If we want to teach young people branding, we should ask them the 3 fundamental questions of branding. One, what do you want to become, Lucy? That is the first question in branding. What do you want to become? Then 2, what will be your contribution or your achievement towards that goal? Then 3, what will be the values and the principles upon which you are willing to lay your life on to get there? Because people only answer the first one and they leave the 2 ajar. If I know what I want to become, jump on social media, show a little skin, sleep with some big man, and get an ambassadorial deal. Then we would have children we cannot control. Then we would have ladies and guys we cannot control. Because now, the older folks are teaching the young people that just make the money anyway, anyhow. The young boys are telling you that, well, I am not cut for a 9-to-5 job. I would also go out there to go and make the money I'm supposed to make. Do you know how many people have said that they thought their entrepreneurial journey was easy? Because they saw someone write CEO next to their name on Facebook and they also wanted to start a business? It's not working for them. Maybe they would have been better off in a government facility. They would have been better off working for a private institution, gathering up experience, gathering up exposure, gathering up enough skills. And in 17 years' time, they would have put up something that was enviable in the eyes of many. You see, success stories are not always the same. I get it. Success stories are not always the same. So my bane, I will still strike it. I do not think the materialistic, artificial lifestyle of what branding is true. And you are in the movie industry, so sure. I will drag you to the movie industry. You know there are people today who have branded themselves so well on social media. You see them in a certain car. When they are coming, their PAs are behind them and stuff like that. But in real life, they are so broke. They come to you for help. Some people drive cars every
It's not part of the branding.
Why would I want to keep up appearance
It's still part
when
of the
I
branding.
cannot afford it?
So that you can sell yourself at the rates that you want it.
I have sat as a public speaker. I have sat in conferences with people I used to respect, with people I used to revere, because following them on social media, they look like they had the content. They look like they had the character. They only had a facade. They only had an idea of who someone who knows something is. And if you put myself and them, not to brag, on any platform, I will flood them based on argument. You understand me? So we need to teach young people to build themselves up with the right knowledge, the right skills. If you are in a certain industry, if you are in the communication...
The fact that you are branding doesn't mean you don't have the right skills.
No, I'm saying that some. I'm not saying all of them. There are a lot of people who have branded so well.
Sure.
Jackie Appiah is an example.
Sure.
She has branded herself so well. She has a PA that works with her. She has somebody who needs to go through her itinerary and all that. That's good branding. But she didn't start today. Ejako didn't start today. All the likes that we envy didn't start today. Nanama McBrown started as somebody ironing clothes.
Today, our system and what we have
we can't deal with systems.
The issue is you don't even know. Lucy, they don't even know. They don't even know the kind of emotional torture we go through, emotional breakdown that we go through to even be on the screen. Sometimes it is the feeling. It is what you go through at the moment makes you take that hasty decisions. Because you have been in the industry for, let's say, 10 years, 15 years, still not really, not even a...
Someone came last year and has a Mercedes-Benz. Is that not it? From a lot of contracts they are getting. Then it means that what is directing our decisions as human beings has to do with the end. And the end does not always justify the means. Because if I am not driving. And I've always been telling people, I am not driving. I have not put myself in a position where people would expect me to arrive at an event with my own car. And I'm not shy to say it, because that's not where my confidence is. But if you give me the microphone and you give me what to deal with, I will do justice to it. That is my concern. We should be more concerned about how people are productive in themselves. I'm not saying that you don't have self-esteem. I'm saying that we cannot place it on that. If every year somebody else buys a Maserati, it means that I have to do something extra again.
So you can
to get to the
imagine
Maserati level.
what we went through. Are you getting it? Because if you don't, it got to a time where, Lucy, if you don't come to set with your car, you won't be able to land a good role. You come, they just give you a car pass and then they don't even pay you. Maybe they give you 20 cedis. When you come with your own car, they fuel it. So I just want you to put yourself into our shoes or my shoe and feel my pain. So most of the time, all these decisions, all this will push you to do things you're not supposed to do. It's not like we really want to do some of the things. It's not like we really want to do them, but because of the society is pushing you to do this. The world is pushing you to do this, not because we cannot control ourselves. For how long are you going to wait? For how long are you going to keep waiting? Okay, let me say I have to wait till I make my own money in 20 years' time before I'll be able to produce my own movie. Are you getting it? Because I know when I'm going to get the money to produce the movie. Even though you are working hard, sometimes hard work doesn't even pay. So we went through,
it's difficult to have hard
we
work pay.
went through a lot. I am talking from personal experience. We went through a lot. So this is what the world and the industry has made us become today. Not because we want to do this. Some woman did that not because she wanted to do it. Not because I saw her several times on auditions that she didn't do the body. She went for auditions. She was not really landing good roles. But after the body, she was landing a lot of ambassadorial deals. So if I see that, Lucy, why not?
And when you see, always when we talk about society, I always want to bring it down to home, like the people around it, because she made mention, she's saying that from personal experience. I've actually had a very personal experience, and you'll be shocked. This is coming from a Christian and somebody that is a mother. And you know, we are young people in the church. We grew up, we played together, and then you realize that all the people that you were playing together with or grew up together with have their own cars. It has never been a problem for me because I could also move when I want to without restrictions. But I go to church and this mother sees me and she goes like, Lucy, so this person, that person, that person, that person, and all the people have gotten your cars. When are you also getting yours? This is an upfront from a church mother. I just looked at her. I was like, oh, ma, you know, when the time is right, I'll get my own. And I went back. When I was leaving the place, this is what I thought. Like, how on earth can a person in her position of who she is ask me such a question? Okay. So if I don't have that kind of fortitude and I don't have the resilience, I would do anything to also get a car. Yes. Probably get a better car. I in the same instance, I also had somebody that was slightly older than me and goes like, oh, Lucy, with the kind of job you do, if I see you driving a Corolla or a Camry, right away, I would assume where you got it from. Okay? And it is the same job that I was in where this church mother asked me when I'm also getting a car. So you can see the two. And this is from a church mother, and the other person was from somebody who is not even in the church. So when we talk about society, sometimes our mothers, our sisters, right in the church, the people, and because another person go like, Lucy, you see, if you have to sit in church and go, sit in church and go. If you have to get a boat and go, because I know at the right time you get yours. And the kind of car I want is huge.
But you see, Lucy, that's why I think we should promote at least these three qualities. We should promote self-acceptance. People should be able to accept who they are.
Society makes it difficult, almost unbearable.
I'm coming. We should promote, number two, we should promote contentment, because we have people, and we're going to talk about the guys, but we have guys who are doing things that they shouldn't do because they are not content with what they have currently. And then we should promote, it looks like we've all left out the God factor. We should promote faith, because I think that as long as we have these three, we are on the right path. So it's like a couple that doesn't have a child, and maybe it's the lady's fault or the guy's fault, and society is saying that, you still don't have a child, how come? Won't you go and do this? And I know people who, because of such pressure, they've gone to have an affair. They've gone to do something that they shouldn't have done. Why? Because they had left out the God factor, which is the faith element. Okay, I think I like the parable of the three substances. Is it the carrot, the egg, and the coffee bean?
Oh, yeah.
All in the hot water.
Where they said they put the carrot in hot water and the carrot, after some time, it became very soft. It was moved by the pressure of the heat. And then we have the egg. The egg became very hard. Society had made it very hard. But then we had the coffee bean. When the coffee bean went into the hot water, its fragrance changed the hot water. And I think that that's what we should be pushing people to do. People should get to a point where, because they have faith, they've kept the God factor. And I like the story you gave, the story of David,
yes,
where David, because he went with God, not in his own strength, yes, he was able to overcome. I think that there are many stories of people who have started and their beginning was very hard. You mentioned Nanama McBrown. I've heard a story, and
she used to iron.
I mean, and she really struggled. But from what we are told, she kept her faith in God, and God brought her where she has come this far. Many people have a similar story. So I think if you're trying to do it all by your own strength, and you lack self-confidence, you lack contentment, you lack, self-acceptance, then you would have a problem. But if we promote these values in the youth of today, I think that will go far.
But I do not doubt on any day that Bonayo is a bad actress. I don't doubt that.
You don't doubt that she's a good actress?
Yes, she's a good actress, sorry. What I want us to, because she has the experience, because she has been through the mill, if I would be comfortable enough to give a microphone to Bonayo to empower some young people out there, because she has seen it, she has experienced it, and she has been part of the story. Because at the end of the day, myself, see, sometimes I aside being a speaker and a consultant, I'm a professional MC. There are gigs I go in for, and I know that same gig, the previous year, the one who moderated the event was paid like 8K. The same gig. But when I'm called on that particular gig, I am paid like 1/3. Wow. Not even half. 1/3. Sometimes you are getting 3K for an event someone did for 10K just last year. Then you ask, and you're like, I mean, he didn't drive here. I mean, what is it? You understand me? If that should push me to go and take up a car that I've not yet paid for, I'm just using this as an example, I would put a heavier financial burden on myself to make up for it every end of the month, because I need to pay the person who has given me this car on loan. And maintaining that appearance is what personally, I'm going to direct it to myself, where personally my values and principles, which becomes my moral compass, does not guarantee that I go in for something like that. I would be comfortable growing at my own pace, and at the right time the car would come, because I'm also at a level, this is how I look at it, I'm also at a level where you can't pay me 1,000 cedis to MC an event anymore. So to me, if I compare 4 years ago to 4 years today, I can call it growth. That is what I want us to teach people. If we say that, oh, no, I mean, come on. I mean, you say, a betcha, and things like, I get it. Sometimes it is difficult.
You were able to stand that
precisely. We should empower people to do that. And we should teach people.
Strength as well,
they won't even come to you that you tell them
that is why the onus lies on us. We have the platform. We have no idea how many people are watching us today. We have no idea which young person is in the movie industry today, or who is in the MC business today, or who is in Lucy's business today. No one knows. There are pastors today who may as well commit suicide because they still have 40 members. Why do they still keep up? I mean, come, let's be frank. They still have a smaller congregation. Someone started yesterday and has catapulted, and all of a sudden he has a bigger auditorium. They also feel the pinch. So I am saying that every single area, every field of endeavor we find ourselves has challenges, and there are people in there who struggle with it, who do not have the strength or the tolerance level to go higher than they are being challenged, and they may take the other route. But there is a sure route. There is a route when you take, nobody can talk about you. Nobody would have bad stories to publish, like she's saying bad publicity. There will be no bad publicity, and you can challenge anyone on any platform. If you have any story about me that I went to do XYZ, bring it up, and they would have nothing to say. That is where integrity comes in. So you will realize that your branding is not only a facade, but it is one based on character and integrity. It is not just something that, oh wait, or dresses shine well, social media keke, in real life or bretum. There are no people who drive, but they still call you for money for fuel.
Oh, yes.
You understand me? So you realize that the person has placed themselves in a particular position where they are not able to.
It is not their fault. Some of them.
I am not blaming them.
Yes.
But I think what Smart is saying
It
is
makes
that,
sense, though.
you know, it's
Yes.
better sometimes to grow up than to go up. Because like someone said, when you go
It's
up,
not like
when
in
you
that
go up,
situation
it's
you
very
have
easy to
grown, no.
when you go
It's
up.
not like you've not grown. You have all the skills and everything. You are growing as well.
But you see, growth takes time, like he said. Growth takes time. As for going up, people can just shoot up.
Do you
But once you shoot up,
You have no
the
idea
fall
what
is
you-
even
do
heavier.
you admit that growth doesn't not always come just financial?
Well,
That is where we have drawn the line. We are beginning to think that as people, growth is only financial. If somebody has not yet appreciated in terms of income, it does not mean the person is not growing.
yeah.
The person may be growing in character, in capacity, all right, in exposure,
But yeah,
in
no.
experience. Yeah,
But it's
Ebe
because,
Boa.
no, this is the
Ebe
thing is
Boa.
that
It
you
will help
can
you.
grow in character capacity. We don't know because you are not given the opportunity to speak. It is the one that has the financials that is able to say these
There is
things.
a time
and
coming.
we won't come to you too because you don't have a dime. So that is it.
Yes.
Until you are given to. But then if you are not, who sees what you have? Who sees? You see, and you said it's a facade because that is very fleeting. You mentioned you could just drop. But the one that is in capacity and character is so deep and rooted, it cannot be taken away. But yeah, it is a sika can hold the but if there is no money attached to this, we wouldn't know.
Then we
wouldn't
go
care
we
to
go
know.
back to the
We
question
need the
I
money.
asked last week. Is it about whether it is right or wrong or how much it is paying?
Oh, and no
Is it just about that? Then it means that we are beginning to
Money
lose
is very
all the
important.
strengths of the moral fiber of our society. If we are saying how much it pays. For instance, there's a trending story today.
We've lost it already.
So why the moral decadence?
So
Why
the issue-
why do we think it is okay? Why are we saying that somebody who works in a job, a young boy who goes to do his national service in a bank, now begins to divert funds into his personal account, that of his girlfriend's account,
That one
that
is
of his
stealing,
friends?
it's not branding now.
It is not. Now you are calling it stealing.
That
But
one
he
is
posted
stealing.
picture of him in Dubai, posted picture of him buying an iPhone, what number. Everybody was happy for him because that is what he is showing
That one is
society.
stealing.
If he cannot be
There's a
content,
difference
like,
between branding and stealing.
The society didn't know.
No, there's a difference between
okay,
branding and
okay,
stealing.
let me learn.
Let
Let
him
me
learn.
learn. Apostle mentioned contentment. That is what people don't like to talk about. If he was content with his 559,
It is not with
oh, but now let me finish. If he was content with his 559 and he didn't steal any money and he had to keep up, someone may have said what Lucy said. Someone who works in a bank and you don't even have an iPhone 13, that may have gotten to him. Because it is that same expectation you are voicing onto the young man. That is what has pushed him to go and divert funds. And today, where is he? His face is everywhere, on every news portal. He has put himself to shame, his family to shame.
I don't think he cared.
It's not about you caring. When we become too selfish,
And that is the point. It's
No.
because he was too selfish. He didn't act, so he doesn't
at
care.
the end of the day, his name is in the news and he's not the only person people are talking about. It will reflect on even his church,
family,
his family, his girlfriend who he diverted funds to. At the end of the, why would they arrest you at the airport? It is sad.
Like Lucy said, he doesn't care.
And I keep
It's
on
not
saying
just
that.
about
it's
him.
just-
Life is not just
But
about
he
you.
didn't care. He was thinking about
Lucy,
himself.
life
because
is
when
not
life
just
is
about
beating
you.
Life doesn't beat me and my family. It beats me alone.
Life is not
I
just
face
about
it.
you. I understand that it doesn't just beat the whole family. It beats just you.
Yeah.
But
so
life
then I
is
face
not
it,
just
which
about.
one that will work for me.
You
It
see-
is the me factor that works here.
There are 3 most important events in a person's life.
And then
Your naming ceremony, you can't do it alone. Your wedding, you can't do it alone. And your funeral, you can't do it alone.
that one I can't.
If
do
you
that.
come to understand that,
You can
everything.
choose to do your naming ceremony alone.
How will you do it? Who will name you?
as a baby, you can't name yourself.
Precisely.
Make
So
up a-
if you do not come to appreciate the fact that your action affects not just you, it affects other people.
Okay, so
and
then
there is a rippling effect of whatever we do.
The thing is this: if I am sitting down and making a decision, and it is the me factor, I want to believe I have also thought of the fact that whatever the repercussion of my actions will be, my parents, my church, my family, my society should think and assume that they have done the right thing by themselves, by me. This is purely my decision. I take responsibility, and that's it. Honestly. And I always say that even if it's a nanosecond somebody is using to make a decision, this thought process
and even
go through.
Lucy, even with the
Everybody
branding.
thinks that.
Oh, you have no idea. Because we, like she said, every action has a reaction. Whatever you do, you get the result of that. So whatever, no matter how minute the time is, there is a thought process that I've gone through.
Not everybody. Not everybody. You're
Unless,
thinking that.
you see, unless, that is, I also wanted to make a point. You said he's a national service personnel, so it didn't just happen. Let me say that, and going back to basics, making a person confident in themselves, creating contentment with the hope of getting better over time with experience and hard work, doesn't just happen when the person becomes a service personnel. It starts from birth. It starts from parenting. It starts from where it is inculcated from. Because the direct connection is the parents before it goes out of the room into the house, into the community and the bigger church. So even if somebody had put the money, people are working at places that they deal with huge sums of money and they don't touch it. It is not theirs. And it is not because I don't need the money or they don't need the money.
So why are those people able to see those monies?
Because those things, those contentment at
their
things
moral
that they have
compass
now,
is sharp.
And it didn't start from when the person grew up or
So
the person became
since
old.
we have the platform now, let's teach people to do that.
Oh, I always say that every individual, your best role model is your parents. So if I'm messing up on social media, I am not your role model. Don't come and castigate me. Don't talk. It's my life. It is what probably I may have seen with my parents do that I'm doing. So you can't come to me when I'm misbehaving on social media and tell me I'm a role model. Be a role model to your own child. It's that simple. So that is where it has to start from. And that is it. That's what I think.
The calamity we are not envisioning is we are going to get to a place in life, probably 10 years from now, where it will be very difficult for you to tell someone's source of income and not worry. We are there. I know we are there, but I'm saying that we are getting to a place where whatever somebody does to their bodies or themselves in order to get wherever they want to get to wouldn't be a matter of contention. Thirdly, we are moving to a society where, okay, that is what the system demands. And if you understand what system actually means, it's a way to beat people in line. When people say that, oh, that is our system, that is how we do things.
But do you know, actually, some people start with that system, and at the end of the day, they just change to be a better person, especially with the branding.
Okay.
With the branding, most of the time you brand to go and get business deals to become a better person.
That's why I said when you get to that stage, you can decide not to do that.
Not to do with it.
And then you can advise. Like
you see this lady, Blessing CEO, the relationship therapist. You know, she started with branding, fake building and all those things from the beginning. And today she has her own building. She did that to get the views, to get a lot of things, and at the end of the day, today she's there. And definitely she will say, okay, baby, I may do, baby, I'm person me do. So I will definitely leave certain things behind because she's there. Sometimes, I don't want to say we fake to make it.
That's exactly what you're saying. Fake it till you make it.
It is good she faked it and she has made it. But the thing is that after we have made it, we have to tell the true stories. And that is what we don't give up.
What I want to say is that at the end of the day,
because for her, she told her part of the story. She said from the beginning, the houses she was showing and everything to us was fake. And through that, she was able to make it. So she was saying that branding, faking to make it sometimes is good. Because she went for surgery as well, BBL. And when she didn't go for that. She was not getting a lot of deals, you know. She was not getting the men. Are you getting it?
It's
and
to be men than
yes.
women. So easy to be
Finish.
So what happened after?
You think it's easy to do?
After she did the BBL and everything, she said, "What? Nyash sells." yes, Nyash sells. She said she was getting a lot of people coming into her DM to approach her, and then she was getting a lot of deals, and it is true. And if you look at the society, she's a Nigerian. Blessings, you a relationship therapist in Nigeria. Okay. One young woman, a divorcee.
Okay.
And it happens here. If you look at those who did the BBL, they are making it. Even though they
how are they making
it? They announce CEOs, they have their
CEOs
own brands that are working for them. They have their own companies, they have fashion, you know, and they have settled.
Some people decided to do clothing, and because of their body shape, they won't be able to sell it. So I have to go for BBL, so I'll be able to sell mine.
They want to snatch the body.
To snatch the body. And even with the shapers, if you don't have that body, you can't sell the shapers as well. So sometimes you will have to balance it to be able to make it to get to the top. Sometimes it is not always negative. Even though society pushes us to do certain things, but it is not always negative. Certain brandings are just clean.
But what we forget is that history never forgets.
Yes. Like what you said earlier, branding doesn't mean you should steal. Branding doesn't mean you should go and sleep with people's husbands. Are you getting it? Brand it in such a way that positively it is going to help you and also help the society.
But deceiving people
is not deceit. But you have a decision.
But by using,
you have the right to,
with the blessing example you gave, where she was deceiving people, she was using fake houses. What's the difference between her use of deception and someone stealing?
So you see, that's what I want to say.
You don't believe
I have the right, the right to believe whatever it's trending on social media. I just joined TikTok.
Okay.
But TikTok has been there since. So you have the right to choose whether to join TikTok or not. You don't just have to jump and do what? Join TikTok. So sometimes the branding, it's let's not just say it's bad. No. Sometimes it's very good, but do it in a right way to be able to get there.
Nobody's criticizing branding.
Branding is not bad. Branding is not bad. I get the opportunity a lot of times to speak about personal branding, but there is nothing on my page that I wanted to put this point across. Not everybody posts what they own. All right, and the fact that somebody hasn't posted it doesn't mean they don't own stuff. All right. And thirdly, the fact that someone has also posted it doesn't mean they own it.
Yes.
And that is what we need to teach people when it comes to branding. Because when it comes to a shoot, someone can just go to a friend's office, take up the space, hang their photos. That is deception.
Yeah.
Oh, they are not
we have a picture.
But this is how we are working now.
Producer, give us the pictures. The guy with the green screen background. I mean, look at this guy. So on the left-hand side, he's sitting in his room.
Yeah.
And he's using a green screen, and he's posted on Instagram that he's sitting in a private jet.
Precisely.
Then you see him again in the next one, in the next slide. You see him again doing shopping. Let's see him doing shopping, and he's holding some bags. Look at this. So he went out, he wasn't doing shopping, but he has photoshopped Louis Vuitton bags
into his hands.
And such a person is going to be a role model to somebody. And so if you are looking at this, the kind of, I think you are thinking only about yourself.
Yes.
Not thinking about the impact it will have on people who are looking up to you. Because if, for this gentleman, people are looking up to him, people think that, oh, the guy has got it all together, not knowing that the guy is struggling somewhere. And so they'll give themselves extra pressure, not knowing that, look, I can be content with what I have right
Precisely.
now. And I can take my time and grow myself.
You know, Akanfor says, if you are doing this
in English, please, I think.
Okay, so I like literally translated, if your mom is not around or she's sleeping, or no, she's not around or she's passed, and you say my mom is in there and sleeping, you'll be hungry because everybody assumes once your mother is there, you must be fed. So if this is the life that he's showing out there for people to see, and you are struggling and going hungry and actually starving, you can't ask anybody, because once you come in, they go like, but this is not you.
No, because most people today are posting pictures of themselves all in the quest of branding.
But they are not the
There
same
is the
people.
negative. I'm coming. Let me finish
It is
this
how
point.
they want people to
But
see
Lucy,
them.
you know that there are people today who would intentionally go out there. You know, in Dubai today, you can pay to drive a Ferrari. You can pay to drive a Lamborghini.
To take
You can
pictures.
pay to even just be in a helicopter and fly around. There are people who are intentionally posting these things and saying, I just went for my business meeting, but you didn't go for a business meeting. That is where we draw the line.
But they are
We
branded so that they will get to
branding
sell
is not
themselves
bad.
well.
That is where I agree with you, Bonayo, because branding should not be made in such a way that it is deception. Branding is to amplify who you are, not to deceive people into believing that you are something you are not. For instance, if I post a picture and I have 3 bodyguards following me everywhere I go, and these people have no idea that maybe because you booked me, you got me the security guards to make sure that I have safe entry into a particular auditorium. And I keep posting that everywhere I go. There are people today who are booked and they are taken to maybe another region, and the V8 is hired for them. But you see them in a car, they take a picture, I'm like relaxing before my speaking engagement.
But of course, that is what the person is going to do.
Yes.
Isn't the person going to speak? Has the person going to be booked for a program?
Let us.
You don't believe everything you see on social
No,
media.
it's not even a
If you
matter of
decide
belief.
You
to
see, not
to
everyone.
let everything on social media get to
Not
you,
everyone knows
then
that.
that means you yourself
Not
are
everyone.
shallow-minded.
Not everyone knows that. Aintina, it is good you are even saying this thing online, and you are saying this on air. That don't believe everything you see on social
It
media.
has always been going
It is.
Sure.
I'll say.
You believe it at your own peril.
But you see,
There are a lot of stories I see on social media. My sister will just show it to me. Say, oh, well, no one sorry, and yeah, papa. I don't know. They don't So you don't believe everything you see on social media.
but a lot of
Because I
people.
believe it's branding.
A lot of people have taken
I believe that, you know,
advantage.
there's something we call cheap popularity.
Yes.
So I believe in cheap. I believe a lot of people do cheap popularity and all those things. So those who don't know about it,
Let me give you an example recently. I don't know if producer can find that image. So there is this artist in Ghana. I think he's based in the north. He's in the savannah, Gambo or something. He arrived in Ghana somewhere last month or last 2 weeks. And he arrived to a rousing welcome. Like there were people packed at the airport. Now, going through the comments, normally when I see videos like that and he was going around.
Gambo or Fancy Gadam?
No, Gambo. Gambo. He raised his phone and he was like videoing all the people who were there to welcome him. Now, the idea is that the people came from their homes to welcome him from abroad, not knowing he had paid all of them to intentionally come and stand there.
These days,
and
what-
they were
what
no.
is-
So that is all part of the
These are
branding.
some of
The
the
branding
things-
you're talking
it's
about.
part
But
But
people
this
are
is
doing
not-
this lately.
No, I'm
But
saying
that's-
that. I'm saying that we must teach people the positive side because this is a very negative thing. You are creating an impression. Someone asked an interesting question that the guy never posted anywhere on social media that he will be arriving in Ghana today. So how did all of them hear that there were genuine questions that were coming on the TL, but eventually we found out that he had paid people to wear his T-shirt and hold a poster welcoming him from Ghana.
That one-
But is
But
that
is it-
Even
is it-
programs that are announced, people
Is it-
cut people from places to places.
Yes,
Some
yes.
People do what?
They still carry people in vehicles. They pay them to go.
Of course, but-
Especially
happens.
politicians do that.
yes,
and-
demonstration and all that. But,
So this
but at the end of the day,
So, but is it negative?
is it negative?
Yes.
You are arriving in the country. Why
I'm
do
a
why-
musician. I just want people to
So-
cheer me up.
so
and
you
I-
would-
and I just
Public
want
figure.
people to
Yeah.
believe
So you
that
would you
I
would
have
rather pay
funds.
And I have the
200.
crowd.
It's
No,
a good
but
thing.
this
It's
one,
not a bad thing.
with this, he has a point.
Yes, it's not a
With
bad
this
thing.
one-
No, but when we are talking about
He's
funds,
investing his money
Yes.
into branding
Just
himself.
branding myself is not a bad
I'm
thing.
coming. I'm going to nip it in the bud right now. So I'm coming. Who is a fan?
Anybody that likes a song,
Yes. Good. Those people cannot even sing one of his.
It's normal.
They were not asked to
Observe
sing.
it.
They
That
sang
one,
the
It's
this
even
one,
normal.
this one.
No. I don't think.
Asamoah cannot sing the national anthem.
So this one, I think this is different. This is not really unethical because this is a marketing strategy.
Yes.
Okay, which,
So with this,
in my opinion, is not unethical
Yes.
because this one, yeah, the name netritrinam.
yeah, the
We-
name
he's
name
using
now.
so he's giving he's paid people just like some people can pay
Politicians do this
some
a
people
lot.
who are on social media, they can pay people to like
Hide
and share
them and hide them.
or to share their views. I don't think it's unethical to do that. Okay, so somebody like this, he's coming, he wants the crowd to attract a crowd, and so he pays for a crowd. I don't think there's a problem with that. And like Lucy rightly mentioned,
positive
like Lucy rightly mentioned, even for religious programs, there are times where people are bussed from different countries
If
who are
if they can't afford their transport, or we intentionally just
oh,
bus them
whether
to-
or not they can afford, the point is, people believe that we use a crowd to draw a crowd. So what can I do to get a ready crowd? And how can I use that to bring in more people? So I think with this one,
I see.
but I think the point that you've established is well grounded, that the end doesn't justify the means. There are certain areas that are clearly unethical, like you've mentioned. You can't sleep with your boss, you can't do kululu to get the
People
kind of
can
job you're
actually
looking for.
start rough
But,
and end up well.
but let me also mention that I think that sometimes you should look at your internal capacities to try to identify where you could be. Because, for instance, if I'm not good at mathematics, it will be very absurd for me to think of a career in accounting, for instance, because it demands a mind that is calculative, etc. If I'm a fat person, I don't think I'll be the ideal person to be a gym instructor, because there are certain requirements for certain fields of the job. All right, so I think we should look at that. And then also, I think that for everybody, there are different professions we can get into, different careers we can get into. So if somebody was an athlete and he's trained all his life to be an athlete, but unfortunately along the line he's amputated because of an accident, it doesn't mean he can't find himself in a different career. So he can transition into something else based on his current circumstances or based on his strengths. You understand? So I think if somebody has been trying and she's done all that she knows to do, she's used the legitimate means, etc. She's in the media industry, or she's into acting, etc., and it's not working, I think she can explore other options as well. She shouldn't limit herself to just the acting industry. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, and so I think young people should be looking at some of these things. They should emphasize contentment, emphasize self-acceptance, and they should emphasize faith, and I think they'll be okay.
But it's always good to choose your passion, though. Sometimes moving away from your passion is a bit difficult.
But it's possible to be passionate about something and not be skilled for it.
A lot of people are chasing the profit and not the passion. Some are not as passionate as you are, but because they think that, and we experience a lot of that when it comes to broadcasting, that you find people in the studio who come and they are like, I want to be on TV. Like they just want to be on TV.
It
So
happens in
the passion is just to be on TV, to be admired by a lot of people. Oh, we are bad TV so and things like this person comes on TV and all that. But that is what Apostle is saying. Maybe that is not where you are supposed to be. Maybe TV is not for you. Maybe acting is not for you. So you may also end up doing series of things just to be on TV, or just to be in a movie, which will lead you into very, very, very muddy waters. Okay, that is what we should be telling people, because for you to go through the mail, still be here, still tell yourself that I would, that shows the passion, that shows the grit, it shows that you really, really want to do this. And there are ones that they have seen you. Hey, Charlie, I want to be like Bonayo. I want to be like this person. I also want to appear here. I also want to appear there, because that particular profession is bringing in some money. They have seen the way people mention figures online and stuff like that. Then they also want to be there. People used to say that, Charlie, be a journalist, be a presenter. Lately, have you been hearing the conversation that journalism doesn't pay? Now people are beginning to say that, oh, it doesn't pay. Oh, when you go there, you will live on solid, you will live on this, you will live on. Exactly. So, if you don't have passion for it, you would end up taking a politician's money, publishing a bad story about Lucy, and eventually you'll be caught up in your in your bad practice.
So we're going to open the phone lines. All right, so let's hear what you think about this conversation. We're talking about a culture of fakery. So enhancement culture, artificiality. I mean, people deceiving others with their looks, with whatever they are doing on social, with whatever they are doing on social media. Let's hear your thoughts on the culture of fakery. Let's hear your thoughts on that. So the number to call is 0207 10001, 0207 10001. I have it's a short video of Kim Kardashian. And producer, if you have that video, let's it's just a few seconds long. So if you have Kim Kardashian's, yeah, look and listen to what she says. Okay, so let's roll. If the video is okay, so okay, I was going to show you in this video. Kim Kardashian talks about how, I mean, she's trying to take a selfie to post on Instagram, and she takes 300 pictures and selects the best one.
We do that all the time.
So out of 300, she selects one. And so, and in the video, she says she's trying to get the perfect chin
Angle.
because she wants a perfect angle that people can appreciate. So if somebody doesn't know this, and the person is saying that Kim Kardashian, this lady is so beautiful, I want to be like her, but doesn't know what she's doing to look the way she does, you will give yourself undue pressure.
But everybody knows that people take pictures with their best angle, except those who do not care, especially those who want to appear.
Especially those who say, how much is your rent?
Okay, so let's open the phone lines right now. 0207 10001, 0207 10001. So call us right now and let's hear your views. Somebody says, hi, my name is DAJ. Please, what Lucy is saying is not ethical and moral. Please ask Lucy if her daughter comes home with a good grade and the daughter is asked and she said, I went the extra mile by sleeping with my headmaster, will she be okay with it?
It would depend on how old my daughter is. I'm being real.
If she's 20, if she's 21,
She's an adult.
you wouldn't mind
She's an
that
adult.
your daughter is whoring herself.
She's an adult.
For grades?
She's an adult. I will still reiterate that she's an adult because I want to believe I've done my work as a good parent. She decided to go that way.
Then that demonstrates that your job wasn't done. We have our first caller on the line.
People make their own decisions on their own and by themselves.
Sure.
I think parents shouldn't beat themselves so much about the decision that sometimes
Sure.
they have.
So let's pick our first caller. Hello, good afternoon. Producer, please increase the volume for us. Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, please, I'm Julia from Konongo.
Did you say Julia from?
Julia from Konongo.
Okay. Please, let's fix the sound. Okay. All right.
Okay, I agree with what I agree. Our teachers are trying to tell us what is really going on. What
Okay. I think we lost. Please, let's fix the sound. This is bad. All right. All right. Producer, please help us fix the sound. Okay. So I think it's sorted out. So please try to call us back, Julia. I think Julia was trying to make a point. The number to call is 0207 10001, 0207 10001. So call us and let us know. Call us and let us know what you think about the discussion, this afternoon's discussion. All right. I think, Lucy, if you are saying
It's a decision.
it's a decision.
Look, I want to use myself as an example. My dad did a great job. Honestly, we were brought up by our dad. I mean, 5 girls and a boy, and my dad did that.
Okay.
And he made us so confident. Recently, a friend was telling me, I told my friend that, "My papa, ne mama, no, she doesn't use any of our opinions for anything. It is only our brother's opinion that matters." He was like, "But all of you are behaving like men, so he wouldn't want to take anybody's opinion. It is your brother who is a soft one, so he will listen to me." But the thing is that he has done just so well in the sense that all these temptations that we are talking about come our way. But I make my decision based on the fact that I revere my dad.
I see.
So I wouldn't want anything bad to, and our name is very unique. So once it comes out, everybody will know that I am connected to him.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but he has made his job right. Whatever decision that I take, it is not his fault.
All right.
He's done a great job.
Okay. Lucy, we have another call on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from, please.
This is Julia from Konongo.
Okay, Julia from Konongo again. Okay, Julia, talk to us.
Please, what I was trying to say was that I think our leaders are trying to tell us what is really going on, what kind of standard the society is setting for us. I am a teacher, and even with our basic school, after the BEC examination, the BEC, when the children complete BEC, every parent wish their child gets A's, and it creates some kind of pressure on teachers, and we end up buying questions and other things for children just because we want them to pass. Though that is what is going on, but do we have to compromise our faith to all these things? I think your platform should be the kind of opportunity to change the world. It should start from, I think our ladies should make us understand that that is what is going on. But we should start changing things, and it starts from us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Julia. I think it's a fair point.
Yes. I think that what Julia is trying to say is that over time, if you are made to believe that there is always a shortcut to everything that you need to achieve in life, you would grow up believing that that is what the norm is, and that is what we should change in the minds of the young people. If from BEC questions are bought from you, WASI, you would expect the same thing. And I'm just saying.
No, it's true. That is what happening.
WASI, you would expect the same thing, and the same thing would go on even in the tertiary institutions.
All right. Okay. So, yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm Derek from Kumasi.
Okay, Derek, talk to us.
I just came in the middle of the way and I heard you talking about grounding up and fitting to make it. The other woman said it's not wrong. So I just want to ask that we are Christians. So if a pastor, a man of God, fits prophecies, healing, as we used to say on social media, to make it, is it right or wrong? Because we shouldn't forget that we are Christians. We are not moved by the word of the things of the world. And somebody in the world can take it to make it. But as a Christian supporting kingdom business and you are faking it to make it, then lottery too is faking to make it. Is all that thing right? I want that woman to come back. Like, it's a man of
I'd like to say something.
Derek, you are my man.
Faking one
Yeah.
to make it. Is it right?
Derek, you are my man. God bless you.
Kingdom business.
Amen.
Is it all?
He's asking, can a pastor fake healings? Can a pastor fake prophecies?
They do
just
that
to
all the
get,
time.
just to get no. But is it right? That's his question. That's his worry.
But the thing is that, like he said, we are Christians, men of God. Some fake to make it.
Yeah.
We as Christians, we are also supposed to be discerning. Okay, we are to read our Bible and all that we need to do. So if somebody
somebody's. But finish. Yeah.
So if somebody is faking to make it, as a Christian, it is my
Yeah,
responsibility to
my
have
brother.
that kind of discernment and not follow through.
Yeah.
But God's business, you pay dearly for it.
All right. Okay. Hello.
God will
Okay.
surely deal with you.
All right. Okay. Did you finish your point?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think it's a fair. The previous caller. It's a very fair statement. I think society, the systems matter.
It's
The systems matter because, like with the great thing that we talked
It's
about,
terrible.
sometimes it's easier said than done.
I have been
Because
teaching for 15
if
years.
after all, you've been teaching for how long?
15 good years.
15 years.
I stopped, but
Okay.
I taught for over 15 years, and what she's saying is so true. And so right from the word go, we make them believe it's the easy way. And it's so sad. I guess the point they don't learn anymore.
So I must-
they grow with it,
Yeah.
and they don't go through the meal.
Yeah.
So from basic secondary school, and it's been like that. So they don't have that intrinsic thing to wait, go through and do the hard work. No.
So a more sustainable thing, I think, it would be for the systems to change. Okay, because otherwise, sometimes it is true that the systems can corrupt the people. And so there are people who start out right, but sometimes the pressure.
Right.
We are not saying people should cave
They
into
get
the
stifled, they
pressure,
get
but
suffocated,
yeah.
and then they give up.
you know.
Enough.
So let's pick another caller. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Okay, the number to call is 0207 10001. Producer, please let them fix this thing for us. All right. 0207 10001. 0207 10001. We're talking about the culture of fake. Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Ben, and I'm calling from Gospel.
Okay, Ben, please talk to us.
About what you were saying right now, and I don't really know the your analysis, but the lady calling called
Lucy,
you're
okay.
saying something right now that I forgot business. But I want to ask, what are we doing which is exempted as a God business? Everything that we are doing on earth is God business. For instance, the fair lady over there.
Am I fair?
Today she's fair. today she's Bonario.
That's how I see it. So the work that she's doing, she's in the movie industry. That movie industry, whatever you portray on earth, is something that is just living an exemplary life for people, whether it is bad or good. That if the person, the actor, did a bad thing, it is being portrayed out there that you do this. This is the consequence that will come over you. The same thing is what the pastor is just preaching out there. So we don't exempt a certain work to be like, oh, this one is a God's work, and this one is my work. So I have to speak mine, and then the pastor don't have the right to speak his. All what we are doing, we have an impact on the future of our children. So we have to we don't have to say that this is a God work. We are all doing God's work. So if you put that thing in mind, everything that we are doing, we are going to do in the fearing of God. So this is what we have to tell the people out there, not to exempt the pastors alone to say that the pastors are doing the God's work, but me, I am into my own business. Your own business is having an impact on another people. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Lucy, that one is yours.
Yes,
Let
but
me-
you
When you
see,
say God's work,
it's
you
but
will
it
pay
is
the
it is God's work. I mean, in everything that we do, every job that we do, whichever way you go about it, you pay dearly. But yenim nyamia juma. And as Christians, because we know what is God's work as in nyamia juma, we also know that the Bible says whatsoever that we do, we should do it as if unto God.
Whatever we do,
Even
Work.
whatever we do.
Whatever work that we
So,
do.
as a teacher,
Even
when
with
you
the-
report to work, what is expected of you is that you go in there to show the Christian life to your kids. Teach them the hard way. Don't teach them the shortcuts. So everything is expected. That is what we call the duty of care.
We teach them the hard way. But Okofi na say na make say Kofi men worry me talk question na ma. What have I
No,
done exactly?
that one is not your work. You didn't buy the questions for the student.
Now they buy it for them to bring it. When they get it, they bring it to the
try
teachers
to
to help them
establish
through.
was
I even want to pick it from what he just said.
okay.
With the acting, we are trying to do the
To
bad and
teach
the
a
good
lesson.
to teach a lesson.
Yeah.
But with the faking miracles, that one I would say it's deceit. Because you are faking miracles to make people believe this is it. But it is not like that.
So he was talking about the branding. That we are saying that people can fake it till they make it.
Uh-huh.
So his problem is that not everything should be fake. And that is where we have the problem. We cannot fake everything. It is wrong to fake everything.
We can fake almost everything.
So,
we can
so
fake
from his own
anything
point,
that has a fake.
faking from
should have an origin.
our point of our field is allowed because we do them to correct.
No, he was actually commending you.
That's what
That's
I'm saying.
in the
It's
movie
allowed.
industry,
Yes.
it's allowed.
That means it's allowed.
Because you are teaching a lesson.
But Nyame Ejumemu, it is not allowed. That is what Lucy was trying to say. In
But-
Nyame Ejumemu, I say, who fake miracles.
I say God's business, dear, you pay dearly.
But you
See,
will
that is
pay
what,
dearly.
yes.
In other businesses, you will pay dearly.
It wouldn't be
when
as
you are caught.
detrimental as God's own.
You will
So
get two punishments. You get one on earth and one
In other
after.
way, we are also trying to do God's work by preaching to people, by telling you, by correcting one or two things in your homes and all those things. Are you getting it? Because we do the good, the bad. We ask for you to see, okay, this part
And
you're
you
not supposed to
add
use
the
here.
ugly.
Are you getting it? But if as a pastor you are preaching to me to stop a lot of things, and then you will come and then be faking miracles and then doing all fake, it is deceit.
And you pay dearly.
It's because you are lifting the pastor and you're putting him on a different pedestal.
He's doing
He's
God's
leading
work.
God's people.
Yes.
He is leading God's people. Same way, your work, whatever you're doing, you're
I'm also
leading
leading
a
people.
lot of people.
Yes.
If you find yourself as a manager in a bank, you're leading a lot of people.
So that is what
And
I'm
the
saying. I am
example
doing
you portray.
corrections.
No, for movie it's okay.
Yes.
We're talking about the people that fake till they made it. And that's where the struggle is. I don't believe in fake till you make it.
But do you know that people also fake without, they just go to people's building and take the pictures and they post. They don't do anything negative to get that. But people, like, they can't, because some people stand in front of people's building to post, and then people see them, even a video, and then they get people to want, oh, advertise this for me, advertise that for me.
So that is why I said there was a difference between the branding and the guy who was stealing.
They haven't stolen money.
Yes.
They're just faking people's pictures.
Yes.
Oh, this is that, this is that. And then somebody sees a skill that they have out of it. And then it gets, and they make it at the end of the day.
So where do we draw the line?
Draw the line, because a girl that is in 6 different cars in a week, are you a mechanic? Let me say, you are in this car today, tomorrow you are in that car. Like, you are not a mechanic. So what are you doing there? This is what she's a what?
She's in a car showroom doing
We must,
advertisements. How about that?
There are people who contracted to do adverts. Okay,
Vehicle adverts.
you are called. Oh, we need you to do an advert for this estate. Walk through the estate.
Cars.
Use the couch. Use the swimming pool. Visit the gymnasium. That one is an agreement between yourself and the one who has called you to be.
Yeah.
Not you intentionally going to stand in front of someone's house and say, my newly built 6-bedroom house. And when it is not it,
So
that is the line.
So I think the core question is, what is the intent
Yes.
behind what you're doing? Because if somebody who doesn't like the guy we saw on the couch,
Yes.
somebody who's not sitting in a private jet, takes a picture so that people can think that he's somebody that he is not. The intention is to deceive. It's not like somebody who is posing
Who has been called.
who has been called.
To market private jets. Those are two different things. Those are two
But
different
what
things.
if that
wouldn't
can
know
give
the
him?
difference.
What if that can give
What?
him the access to market's private jet? What if?
Wait, the world is not built on what ifs.
But it does happen.
No, but the world is not built on what ifs. What if I steal and I pay for my PhD and I hold a doctorate? What if I sleep with this director and I become an actress? What if I steal this money, build my business, and pay back to the person I stole from? If we build our life on what ifs, there will be a lot more disaster.
Whatever
than we
happened to
experience.
faith speech and speaking faith and making it come true? What happened
Speaking
to it?
faith is not deception.
But speaking
See, the
faith is not the
deception
same as
from
speaking
your
fake.
point. My point
what I am
is not to
talking about.
deceive you.
If I say I will be rich,
I decided to just.
I am rich. Oh,
I am
I don't
rich.
tell myself I'll be rich. I tell myself I'm
okay,
rich.
I am rich. It's a pronouncement.
Yeah.
I declare that into my life.
And then because I've said
I
I am
decide-
rich,
and
I
I
go
decide
to
to
the
show it on
environment
social media.
that is rich to show that I am rich. So it is what I'm speaking to me that I'm showing. And you seeing it as deception, it's
at home.
your problem.
And then also you sitting at home deciding to just
Oh,
Wow.
fake it,
Your
oh,
own
fake it,
point of
oh,
view,
fake
oh,
it,
fake it.
oh, it's not
And
true.
And I said,
Are you
because
me?
you're busy private
Like,
jets.
am I you?
So-
Are we each
Yeah,
other?
listen. So are you?
private jets, you do
This is serious.
Are you saying so?
So declaration is
You were talking about contentment. You should be content. So wherever you are, if you see me,
Don't tell me I'm fake.
Yes.
So the lady who is using fake breast and fake buttocks, she's claiming that she has big breast and big.
I have big buttocks. So then maybe when she makes them make money for the person, and then eventually when she makes the money, she'll go and do it.
Yes.
Faith, it has come to reality.
Yes.
amazing. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. This is-
You actually have the
can't
right
believe
to
it.
choose from the good and the bad. So if I decide to post something on social media and you decide to use it negatively, it's your own point.
Salt looks like sugar from afar.
I know, right?
So that's why
Has it happened to you before? I've actually used salt in place of sugar.
So see, let's teach people the right things. Let's let them know
And
that
we get it.
if you're branding, you know who you want to become. You know what you need to do. Okay.
So what we can say is that if they are branding, they should do it right. It shouldn't be illegal. It shouldn't have the connotation of deception. Because I may not think I'll be deceiving you, but how you interpret what you see
That
can
is what I was
communicate
talking
that.
about. Yes.
Exactly.
So it shouldn't have that connotation of deception. You can always brand yourself in such a way that you get your target will be met. You get that kind of thing that you are looking at. So it shouldn't be illegal. But as for legalities, it shouldn't
But
be
you know,
illegal.
it actually helps. Everyone young ones, know why your hard work too. So
But I think the ladies, they are using the branding thing as a cover-up because,
it's-
like we mentioned from the beginning, if you are getting a husband or you are getting a partner
I know, sir, I know
based
who is,
on based
when you
on
see this body go like, if I don't have money, I shouldn't go close.
that's not branding.
That's not branding.
She has branded herself to attract the right kind of person with money.
Yes.
Ewo, it costs a lot of money to maintain that. You just said that thing, the maintenance. Did you know?
Yes.
Exactly.
So it's the person in the financial capacity.
So
to
you look at it.
maintain-
You don't go
That
close.
is what I was talking about.
So what if you remain there forever because
Oh, it is the person's choice to also remain there forever.
nobody comes, nobody
And
approaches?
finally, but Obenya, the thing is that Obenya.
This is serious. This is serious. I can't
business
believe.
meetings, yeah. Sometimes the kind
Rent a
of
car
The
now. Fuck
escorts.
off.
Even people take them as escorts. They are not necessarily
Yes.
sleeping with them, but they are escorts. You know, with
They act
people
like
go
PA.
for business meeting with such escorts in
Yes.
order to get deals.
deals, yes.
They have done
So
well.
it is not always
They are
negative.
doing well.
They have done well. And
Yes,
I
sure.
think that personally, I would still tell people that if you identify who you want to become, you must also outline what you're willing to do.
And you might be
Sure.
strong
And what you're
willed.
willing to do, it depends. Because the moment you see an actress on social media and you envy in a positive way or you would like to become them, that same actress, you must ask yourself what you're willing to do to get there. And whichever path you decide to take, do not forget that there are repercussions. And you may not see it today because anything you use sex to get, you use sex to maintain it. Anybody can wake up today and tell you that I'm taking your role from you. And if you want to maintain your role, come and sleep
I
with
know.
me again.
Yeah.
How can you keep up with that particular lifestyle? Let us not forget that everything we do would come back to us some way, somehow.
true.
We may not know. People used to say that, oh, how did this person build this house? I remember when Jackie Appiah launched her new home, people were saying that, oh, Ghanaian movies don't pay that much. How did she? But people forget the number of years and the work that she has put into, building a home like that. Ejako also had the same thing. People said that he has been building for the past 15 years. And it was evident. But the shortcut, I am saying that it will pay today. It will pay tomorrow. But in 6 years' time, 10 years' time, someone will mention your
Even in 2
name.
years' time.
Yeah.
But I think
So,
Let us be more concerned about the long
and then
haul.
those
Yes.
people too should tell how they went through the meal. Okay, I mean, we've seen those who came not long ago and they are telling us they went through the meal. We believe them because it is their story and they are telling it.
Yeah.
I mean, who am I to even doubt your story? But those who have gone through the meal should tell how they went through the meal. Yes, and they should make us understand that when it is quick, it becomes fleeting, because there is no experience, there is no shock absorbers for you, there is no pause even when you fall back on and then still propel yourself ahead. And these things will come because when there are no foundation laid, you just sink, and then coming out to become difficult. So they should let them know.
Yeah, I think many key points have been laid out today. I think it's been a very good discussion.
Wait. The youth should hammer on the contentment as well.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, now you've shifted poles.
No, I'm saying they should.
Okay.
So, in every argument,
they should be strong.
Yeah. I think the conclusion of the matter is, as we have said,
Yes.
we should emphasize contentment.
Yes.
We should emphasize self-acceptance. Know who you are. Self-worth. Know who you are. Know what you are capable of. Sometimes, if you see that you are not cut out for this, perhaps you should explore other areas. After all, many things could happen that could cause you to shift your career. We've emphasized that don't leave out the faith factor.
Yeah.
Believe in God,
It's
hold
very
on to
necessary.
Him, and God will help you to get there. We've also emphasized that what did we even say? We said it is easier to go up than to grow up.
Yes.
But if you go up, you will fall down quicker than if you grow up.
Yes.
Okay, so many key points. If you've forgotten all of them, I mean, you can go back and watch this episode. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Like this channel, Precious TV Official, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. And please don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. And I believe that we'll have an interesting time. God willing, next week, Wednesday, same time, 2 p.m., we are coming back for another dose of To Be Frank. Until God bless you, I was here with Benayo. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Lucy Bonayo. What did I say?
I like it. Benayo.
Hey, Bonayo. Bonayo, thank you. Lucy and Smart, the observant journalist.
Yes.
I'm Apostle Francis Ajinasari. Thank you and have a wonderful afternoon. See you later. Bye-bye.